Be careful what you wish for. You know, when I put in my request to have something in my life that I made a bigger impact, that was something that would get me out of bed and out of my house and socializing with people, that I would feel fulfilled and driven and a purpose and a passion. I thought it was going to be more speaking opportunities, but God, source, universe, whatever you believe, had other things in mind. And so what was it? It was the women's empowerment experience. I didn't want to do an event. Absolutely not. But it ticked all the boxes. When I'm now very careful. So if I say, I need some time off. I want some time where I am sitting and relaxing and watching mindless TV. Boom. Maybe I get sick. Maybe I get injured. Maybe a friend of mine gets sick and I get to sit with them as we watch something on TV. Maybe somebody who I was really looking forward to spending time with cancels on me because they got sick. So realize that when I ask for things, sometimes they don't get delivered in the pretty packaged bow that I would like for them to get delivered. Instead, they come packaged in things that I was like, what were you thinking? I know that this ticks all the boxes, but this isn't how I wanted it. I didn't want to hurt myself, and that's why I'm laying on the sofa. I didn't want to have an issue with some part of my body, and that's why I'm laying on the sofa. I wanted to take off. Do you know what I mean? Frank, do you know what I mean? Yes. So be careful. Be careful what you wish for. Take it from somebody who has wished for many a thing and it not been delivered in the manner in which I thought. The other thing that I wanted to share with you. The other thing I wanted to share with you is something that I realized recently. I talk a lot about the reticular activating system, that system that we have in our brain, that filtration system that allows certain things to come in and others not to come in, because there's too much stimulus happening in and around us that our brains cannot process and handle all of it. So we have this filtration system called the reticular activating system, and it filters out what it doesn't think we need. And programming it to let it know what we do need is very, very important. And I know this, and I'm very careful. At least I thought I was. And I know that the brain doesn't work in the negative. So what I don't want to say is I don't want to be broke, because my mind only hears broke, right? And instead, I want to feel abundant. I want to feel like everything that I want to do, I have plenty of money for, and not be shown opportunities that are too expensive for my budget. But when I say I don't want to feel broke, all that my mind hears is broke, and it shows me opportunity after opportunity after opportunity for things that I can't afford. And so lately, I've been noticing that I've been slipping. I've been saying things that I don't want. Like, don't forget. What does my mind hear? Forget. And you know what? That's what happened. Last week was my niece's birthday. And I knew it was my niece's birthday. And I woke up and I said, don't forget, call her. And my brother sent me this video of her opening the gift that John and I sent her. And I said, she's headed to school. Don't forget, call her this afternoon. And the afternoon came, and something I was doing took longer. And then I ran home and I got John and I took him to the airport, and I was running and doing, and I totally forgot. Why? Because it was written down on my calendar. You know, her birthday was on my calendar. Didn't even look. 2 days later, it dawned on me. Did I think about that so much that I did it? Or did I just think about it and not do it? I started questioning myself. Did you do it, or were you just thinking about it a lot and you never quite got to it? And as it so happens, the latter was true. I did not call her. I felt like such a schmobutt, right? What kind of aunt forgets to call her niece? And I didn't forget. I kept remembering, but there weren't times that she was going to be available. She was in school. She was on her way to school. Her phone wasn't turned on. It was the middle of dinner, whatever it was. I kept getting distracted. And so it's a reminder to say, remember, and stop saying, don't forget. Because my mind only hears the word forget. And I feel and felt terrible that I did not call her on her birthday. I did end up calling and leaving a message 2 days later, but that was stinking 2 days later. And so I just wanted to share with you my faux pas so that you don't make the same mistake, right? Be careful how we word things, because whenever we say don't, whatever, all our mind thinks of is the whatever and doesn't hear the don't. So don't forget, I forgot. Instead, I want to say, remember to call her this afternoon. Remember to take the trash out. Remember to take something out for dinner. Instead, I was saying, don't forget to take something out for dinner. And then I'm in the car leaving and I realized what? I forgot. So I came home and I had to take it out when I got home, which means it's going to take a hot minute for the fish to defrost. It's okay. It's all okay. It all works out the way it's supposed to. But it's just a constant reminder that leveraging my mindset is so very important. And saying what I want, not what I don't want, is crucial in getting what I want. And being careful with what I'm asking, because it might get delivered in a way that I wasn't anticipating, you know? So there are multiple ways that we can word things, and just realize that the way we word them will determine how they are delivered, right? You know, today I had lunch plans, and I drove 45 minutes or so to the restaurant. And when I made these lunch plans, I was super excited because the woman I was meeting, somebody I don't know, and very interested in getting to know better. We had a quick chat over Zoom, and she lives up in Maryland, so this was kind of in the middle. And but this morning I woke up and I was like, oh, I don't feel like it. I just want to sit on my sofa. I was like, cut it out. You wanted a reason to get up and get dressed. Here's your reason. Get your fanny in the car. And I did, and I'm super glad that I did. We chatted for like, oh, good golly, 3 hours. And neither one of us really wanted to stop. And, you know, it was great. It was super nice to meet someone new, to spend the time and have her spend the time and chatting and laughing and getting to know each other. Even though in my head it was like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I felt the same way. I'm not kidding you. I felt the same way on Saturday night. I had purchased a ticket to go swing dancing. I had gone on Amazon and gotten a cute Halloween outfit because they were having a Halloween themed dance, and I got Halloween themed outfit. I had gone that morning and gone to a festival and got some cute jack-o'-lantern earrings to wear with my outfit. And as it got closer and closer, I was like, ugh, I'm tired. It's dark out. It's getting chilly. I'm going to have to eat something really quickly. I really don't have time to cook. What am I going to make? And didn't feel like going. I just didn't feel like going. I was like, Amy, get your fanny in the outfit and let's go. And I did it. I get all the way to the parking lot and I'm like, maybe I should just go home. I'm just not feeling it tonight. Have you ever felt like this? Please let me know if you've ever felt like this. Like, you made plans, but it's dark and it's cold and you're tired and you're not in the mood. And I was like, you'll feel better doing this. You know you will. I know you'll feel awkward going in, but you'll meet somebody that you can talk to or that you know from class or something. And sure enough, I did. And I said, the way I got myself inside was to say, you only need to stay for an hour. Just go for an hour. And then you can bail. Just say, like, you got to let your dog out or something, you know? And I stayed for the entire time. I had such a wonderful, fun experience. And so not letting myself talk myself out of things has been a recurring practice. Crazy. The other thing that I'm realizing is that I can't rely on my memory. See if you can relate to this. So the whole don't forget, remember thing. I didn't even say that. I had made plans with some friends to have lunch at noon on Sunday. And we were leaving at like 11:30 because it was going to take us about 30 minutes to get to the restaurant. And I made a reservation. I was really good. I remembered all of that. I remembered and I didn't forget. And then that morning I woke up and I took Duncan for a walk and I had my coffee. And I said, you know what? It's been a hot minute since I've done my sauna because I've had contractors here. And the room that the sauna is in is literally right outside my bathroom. And I felt kind of weird being naked with some men in the house that I don't know in the room right next to me. So at Sunday, there was no one here. And I said, you know what? We're not leaving till noon. So I have plenty of time. I'm going to go in, take my 30-minute sauna. I'm going to chill for 30 minutes because if you don't know this, after you're taking a sauna, all your pores are open. So it's really important to not jump in a shower because your skin is your biggest organ and the impurities in the water will go directly into your system, into your bloodstream, to your organs, and you really don't want to do that. So you want to wait until after your pores close, which takes about 30 minutes for you to cool down before you jump in the shower. So I got in the sauna, I did my 30-minute sauna, I'm resting, I'm cooling off, I'm in my closet getting, what am I going to wear? And Duncan starts barking. I'm like, Duncan, I'll be there in a minute. He was outside. I said, I'll be there in a minute. I'll let you in a minute. And he's barking. I was like, what the heck? And all of a sudden, as I'm running down the stairs in a towel, the doorbell rings. And I'm thinking, who's at the door? And I come around and I see someone at the door and I was like, I opened the door. She goes, did we get the time wrong? And I was like, oh my God, what time is it? And it was 11:30. And that's when we had determined to be picked up. But in my head, I thought I had until noon. I know. It was because I kept saying lunch is at noon, not I am going to be picked up at 11:30. And so what did I do? Did I just say, go without me? Nope. Did I say, give me 15 minutes, let me just jump in a shower? Nope. My hair was literally soaking wet from sweat. And I literally threw a dress on with no bra, threw on a pair of underwear, some tennis shoes, a ball cap. I didn't even brush my hair, grabbed my purse, and ran out the door. I didn't even have sunglasses. I did put deodorant on. I did what they call a Cuban shower. Do you know what a Cuban shower is? Where you put deodorant and you spray perfume? Yeah, that's what I did in order to not be stinky. And just went. And you know what? No one cared. No one cared that I didn't shower. No one cared that I didn't have makeup on. Nobody cared that I had a ball cap. Nobody cared that I had sweaty hair. We had a great time. But once again, I forgot, which makes me question my ability to remember things. Do you find that you're finding it harder and harder to remember things where you walk in a room and you're like, what did I come in here for? Do you have some workarounds? I am now semi-retired. Each day is so different. There were a multitude of things that I wanted to do, like organizing my kitchen or closet that I haven't even gotten to yet. And there's no timeline, right? It's not like something's happening, like I'm moving and it needs to be done, or people are coming to stay and it needs to be done, or any of that. But it's my own self-imposed timeline. Do you have some of those? And I keep forgetting. Or I'll have a chunk of time and I'll be like, yeah, I'm not in the mood to do that. I'm not in the mood to do that today or right now or ever. So yeah, what do you do to remember things? Do you set timers, reminders? Do you put things in your phone? Do you have lists? And then how do you remember to look at the list? Do you habit stack? Do you know about habit stacking? Something that I do when I want to implement a new habit that I don't currently have. And so I attach it to a habit that I do on the regular. I've also done habit stacking where I'm adding a habit onto, let's say, when I'm drinking my coffee. So what hacks do you have to remember to do something or to start doing something that you want to do, whether that's learn a language or walk with a weighted vest or a new habit that you want to incorporate? It's really important to actually drink water when you first get up because you're dehydrated. And so I started leaving a water bottle by my supplements because I knew that I would take my supplements in the morning. So, to remember to do that first thing as opposed to mid-morning or almost at noontime, I leave things out to trigger that reminder as a workaround. And, let's face it, I beat myself up constantly for the things that I forget, like my niece's birthday. And so implementing strategies and tactics like habit stacking or putting the item near something else that I do all the time, or I could keep the weighted vest in my car, right? That's what I ended up doing with the reusable bags because I kept forgetting them at home when I would go grocery shopping. Now I put them in my car. So the first couple of times I would be in the store and be like, oh, I have to go back out and get them out of the trunk. And now I'm pretty good at remembering to get them out of the trunk when I'm going into the grocery store. And so it just takes practice and putting systems in place to help with that practice. But if you've got one, share it with me. I'm always looking for some new stuff. And there you go. Let me know how your day has gone, what your plans are for tomorrow, and I look forward to checking in with you then. I hope that you had the most mega marvelous, magical, magnificent Monday yet. And if there's still time in your day to make it that way, I hope that you'll put the effort in to make it. And remember the things you need to remember. And make sure that you're reminding yourself, setting reminders or chimes on your phone to help or do something, habit stack or put it where you need it to remind you. My sister-in-law would put little Post-it notes places when she needed to remember things. So do what you need to do to remind yourself and let me know what you do so that maybe I can learn some new things. And I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow. All right. Make it a great rest of your day. See ya.